Hello guys, my name is Siti Sholihatun. I will discuss about case study 26. Before I answer the question, I will read the case about it. Okay, check it out. Case study 26 states obligation to provide emergency medical care. Mr. H.S. fell off a train at about 7:45 p.m. on July 8. As a result, he suffered serious head injuries and brain hemorrhage. He was taken to the local primary health center. Since necessary facilities for treatment were not available at the primary health center, the medical officer in charge of the center referred him to the nearest hospital for better treatment. H.S. was taken to the hospital at about 12:45 p.m. on July 8. The emergency medical officer inside hospital, after examining him and talking, taken to X-rays of his skull, recommended immediate admission for future treatment. Nevertheless, H.S. could not be admitted to the hospital as no vacant bed was available in the surgical emergency ward and the regular surgery ward was also full. He was thereafter taken to another hospital at about 12:20 a.m. on July 9, but he was not admitted there, on the grounds that no vacant bed was available. He was then taken to another hospital at about 1 a.m. on July 9. He was not admitted to the hospital on the grounds that the hospital has no ENT emergency or neuro emergency treatment department. Also was not admitted there because no bed was available. At about 8 a.m. on July 9, he was taken to an Institute of Neurology. Upon examining the CT scan performed at a private hospital after payment, the doctor discovered a hemorrhage in the frontal region of the head and determined this was an emergency case that could not be handled at site institute. At about 10 a.m. on July 9, the patient was taken to yet another hospital, but was also not admitted there on the grounds that the hospital has no neurosurgical facilities. Ultimately, he was admitted to a private hospital, where he was treated as an inpatient from July 9 through July 22. The question is, was it correct for the above-mentioned hospital to refuse to provide medical treatment to H.S. and to transfer him to another hospital? My answer is yes. Most of aforementioned hospitals administered first aid to H.S., but could not provide him appropriate treatment due to their lack of facilities and medical service to handle complicated situations such as in this case. It was better to transfer H.S. to an institute that could handle such condition. So be in a welfare state, the primary duty of the government is to ensure the welfare of the people. Providing adequate medical facilities for the people is an essential part of the obligation undertaken by the government in a welfare state. The government fulfills this obligation by running hospitals and health centers which provide medical care to the person in need of the facilities. The Constitution impose an obligation on the state to safeguard the right to live of every person. Preservation of human life is thus of paramount importance. The government hospital, run by the state, and the medical officer employed therein are duty bound to extend medical assistance for preserving human life. Failure on the part of government hospital to provide timely medical treatment to a patient in need of such treatment result in violation of this right to life. Warranted under the Constitution. In the present case, HS cites right warrant under the Constitution was pressured when he was needed treatment at various government hospitals. Even though his condition was very serious at that time and he was in need of immediate medical attention. Indeed, it is true that financial resources are needed for providing these facilities. But at the same time, it cannot be ignored that it is the constitutional obligation of the state to provide adequate medical service to the people. Okay, thank you for